chosen one. You just rocked somebody's whole world and completely disrupted their evil agenda, and they're still trying to figure out how you did it. Somewhere right now, a person who thought they had you cornered is sitting in silence, replaying every detail, realizing you saw through everything. What was supposed to confuse you ended up exposing them. They never expected you to understand the language of deception so fluently. And now, the empire built on manipulation is collapsing in real time. What's left is truth, power, and your undeniable proof. Nothing plotted in darkness can outsmart divine vision. There are people who already spent money you never gave them. Let that sink in for a second. The confidence in this scheme against you was so strong that funds were already allocated that were never yours to give. Some of you are dealing with an actual financial scam where people looked at you and told accomplices about getting this money. The payday was visualized. It was spent mentally. Commitments were made based on resources that belonged to you. For others, this runs deeper. Someone planned an entire season living with you. Bags were packed mentally before any approach was even made. Calculations were done on exactly how long the pretending would last, exactly what would be taken, exactly when you'd be left devastated. And here's what's going to blow your mind. There's a third party involved. Someone got paid under the table to set you up. You didn't even know this was happening. But understanding this reveals why you became a target in the first place. You carry something that makes you dangerous to certain people. You're dignified, you're majestic, your excellence walking around in human form, and some people can't stand it. For some of you, you're the kindest soul someone ever met, and predators see kindness and translate it as stupidity. Generosity gets read as gullibility, grace gets interpreted as naivety. But here's what's being missed, here's what's about to be discovered. That kindness, it's a choice. That grace, it's power under control, and you're about to show the difference between being kind and being weak. Right now, someone is checking bank accounts every single day, waiting for you to fall for the trap. Did the money come through yet? Did the contract get signed yet? Did the meeting happen yet? The waiting is intense. Some are literally packing garbage bags full of belongings, because the belief is strong that moving into your space and taking over your life is imminent. Bait was thrown out. The waiting is for you to bite. That waiting will last forever. And here's the twist. When you don't fall for it, there's going to be conflict between scammers themselves. The person who paid someone to set you up is going to demand money back. Imagine that. Scammers scamming scammers because you refused to play the role assigned to you. You were supposed to show up somewhere, but you didn't. Maybe your car broke down. Maybe your kids started acting up and you were late. Maybe you just felt something was off and you stayed home. Whether it was supernatural intervention or your own gut instinct, something whispered to you that this isn't right, and you listened. You don't even realize how many disasters you just avoided, because once certain things are set in motion, stopping them becomes almost impossible. If someone moves into your home and stays even a few days, in most places legal residency is established. Months of eviction proceedings follow. Furniture can be destroyed, theft can occur, dangerous people can be brought into your sanctuary, and you can't just force anyone out. Same with contracts. Once you sign, ownership transfers, a signature can be pointed to and everything can be taken. And here's where it gets interesting. Somebody spoke too soon. Confidence turned into cockiness. People were told about having you figured out. Bragging happened about how easy this was going to be. Celebration happened before victory. And now exposure as frauds is imminent. Everyone who heard the bragging is about to watch the failure. Can you imagine that embarrassment? But here's what you need to know about why this is happening to you specifically right now. You're about to step into something beautiful. That promotion just came through. That business just launched. That new place was just moved into. You finally got yourself together. And whenever you're on the edge of breakthrough, here come the distractions. Here come the wolves in sheep's clothing. Here come the golden opportunities that are actually traps. Perfect disguises exist. Hiding happens behind smiling faces and convincing words. This is exactly why your discernment is the most powerful weapon you have right now. Someone is watching you from the shadows. Someone with personal resources. Someone with status. For some of you, it's your boss who's jealous because you're shining too bright. Sales records got beaten. Recognition went to you instead. The higher-ups noticed you. Promotions are happening past people who expected them. Every move is being watched, and a setup is being created specifically designed to bring you down. This person is a visionary, a hustler, someone who knows how to make things happen, but not everyone operates with integrity. Some people will do anything to win, and this person has money to set you up with. Connections exist, influence exists, access to your world exists. You're being targeted because when you present yourself with kindness and grace, predators think you're easy prey. Your gentle nature gets interpreted as having no intelligence. Seeing you get your life together triggers calculations on how to bring you down from your dignified position to something lower. Some want to ruin your reputation. This isn't just about money. This is about destroying your livelihood. This is about sabotaging your future. You just became the manager, the regional director, and someone who wanted that position is furious. Or you're moving toward a relationship with someone great, and people want to ruin that. Public embarrassment is desired. Social media dragging is planned. Getting you arguing and fighting and looking crazy so you lose your dignity is the goal. Your status is under attack. Your reputation is being targeted. If we're talking money, the desire is to take you from emperor to entry level. You were up here and somebody plotted to bring you all the way down. This is happening because chosen ones have assignments. You have missions to complete. You have people to impact. You have destinies to fulfill. And if you can be knocked down, if you can be discredited, your message loses power. If your resources can be drained, your mission gets delayed. If your peace can be destroyed, your effectiveness gets compromised. And the wildest part? For some of you, these are people you don't even know. Strangers who heard about you, people who saw you online, folks who heard your name mentioned and decided you were a threat. You're walking into rooms you've never been in. You're accessing opportunities that attract new kinds of enemies. Some people don't even want anything from you. Watching you fall is the entire goal. Waking up and making it their sport to destroy rising stars is how some people live. Money exists, and it gets used to take people out for entertainment. It's a game to certain individuals, but here's what's not understood. Here's what's about to be discovered the hard way. You're not the one. If this message activated your knowing, hype this video to connect with more chosen ones on this journey. The person targeting you looks like everything is together. Presentation is good, dress is good, talk is good, credentials exist, but when going home happens, counting dollars on the floor is the reality. Personal houses aren't in order, and here's the revealing part. Some of these people are hoarders obsessed with security. Cheapness defines them. Asking you to pay for everything is the pattern. Borrowing and never returning is the habit. Some will come into your life acting broke while actually stacking money and spending yours. Savings are being built on your generosity. Future investments are being made with your present. Pay attention to this pattern because it reveals something crucial about why you're being targeted. In every scenario, you're the one in the power position. You're the source. You're not just royalty. You're beyond that. Even people with power have to answer to you in the spiritual hierarchy, and whoever is targeting you can't rise above your status. Safespin can happen, manipulation can be attempted, but being stuck beneath you is the reality. Parasites have to feed from something greater than themselves. Feeding off equals doesn't work. Draining people who are beneath them doesn't work. Finding someone who has what's needed is required. So for those of you still saying you're nothing special, answer this. Why are you being targeted? Why is time and energy and money being invested into getting close to you? You need to wake up to who you really are and snap out of that doubt immediately. Because whether you believe it or not, something in you is being seen that you're not seeing in yourself yet. It's like saying you don't believe in zombies while zombies are staring at you, because you have something needed. Your denial doesn't protect you. Your energy is needed. Infection is desired. Turning you into what exists on the other side is the goal. Feeding off each other doesn't work. Consuming what makes you powerful is required. So why are you being approached? Why is scheming happening? because you're the source of something desperately wanted. You're a target because you're a treasure. Some of you have been acting like you don't have anything. Empty pockets have been pulled out showing lint. Crying broke while building wealth has been the strategy. And you were told this is wise, this is strategic. Now is not the time to show off. Let the belief be that you're struggling. Protect what God is building. Move in silence. For others you don't even have it yet, but it's being smelled coming. Your bright future is being sensed. The favor on your life is visible. Latching on before you blow up is desired. Being grandfathered into your success is the plan. The person targeting you is about to get a world rocked. You were never supposed to figure this out. Impossibility was assumed. It's like watching the world's dumbest criminals. An elaborate plan was made, but one thing was forgotten. What happens when it doesn't work was never considered. Consequences weren't factored in. Actions have reactions. If you walk into a building full of zombies, standing there frozen doesn't work. Figuring out how to fight them off becomes necessary. Someone right now is experiencing mental torture, trying to understand how you figured it out. What gave it away? Who told you? What was missed? What happens now? Will exposure happen? Will others be warned? Thinking it through didn't happen. The truth is simple. Power and strategy were assumed on one side. Naivety and easy manipulation were assumed on your side. Setting this trap and having you walk right in was considered certain. Plans were made. Lines were rehearsed. The stage was set. Wrong. Now being trapped is the reality. Being caught is the situation. The scheme is closing in on its creators. You need to pay attention to everything. Seek guidance before making major decisions. Pray before you sign. Meditate before you commit. Don't do anything too far outside your normal pattern. If something comes out of left field, it's not for you. If it feels off, it is off. If it seems too good to be true, it is. It's not in your vortex. It's coming from someone else's agenda, trying to knock you off course. It's a distraction. It's a detour. It's a trap. I'm seeing a vision of baseball fields, multiple fields on one property. Kids are playing separate games all at once. A ball from another game flies into your field. That's what this is. Whatever is coming at you, it's like a ball that doesn't belong to your game. Don't pick it up. Don't engage. Let it roll past. Stay focused on your game. Stay in your lane. Play your position. Win your game. There's something fierce inside you. Maybe it needs to come out this season. Maybe it doesn't need to fully emerge because your presence alone is enough. You know how to stand gracefully. You carry yourself with dignity. But there's also a warrior in you. When the person targeting you gets close enough, when execution of plans against someone naive and weak is assumed, something will be felt that stops everything cold. Danger will be sensed. Threat will be felt. A mistake will be realized. Maybe that's the thing that rocks the world. Thinking you're cornered when actually the fierce protector inside you gets sensed. The warrior gets felt. The fighter gets encountered. God put something powerful in you, and that power needs to be present this season. You need to discern your seasons. Now is not the season to be passive. Now is not the time to be overly accommodating. Yes, you're dignified. Yes, you're majestic. And you won't have to act beneath your standards because what you carry gets felt before anyone gets too close. You keep your dignity. You keep your head high. You maintain your composure. But everyone around you knows you could destroy them if needed. Everyone senses you're not to be played with. This fierce energy is your aura, the power you exude without saying a word. You walk into a room, and certain people just know not to try you. But for the person who already invested in schemes against you, realization is coming too late about what you actually carry. Understanding is dawning that miscalculation happened. Seeing is occurring that the wrong one got targeted. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. But someone has you completely messed up. Misjudgment happened entirely. And in the period ahead, what you really carry will be seen, and running in the opposite direction will happen. When coming to execute plans and encountering what you actually are happens, panic will be thrown. It's not what got expected. It's not what got prepared for. Showing up thinking something simple would be handled, and encountering something that could devour, is the reality. Whether God sends a person to defend you, whether God steps in directly, whether an angel intervenes, or whether you access the power within yourself, something is going to be there. Something is going to say, absolutely not. What got thought about doing is not happening. Not today, not ever. What, in fact, backfiring so severely that entire worlds get rocked is coming. What got thought would be gotten from you, the opposite will be received. Trap setting was assumed. Being caught in it is the reality. Reaping what got sowed is inevitable. This is that season. It's beautiful to be dignified and graceful. Times exist for that. But seasons also exist when standing up firmly is required, when holding your ground is necessary, when showing your teeth becomes essential. You have significant things coming. Promotions, opportunities, relationships, wealth. You also have the enemy trying to tempt and distract you. You have people seeing you as naive and easy to take advantage of. You need to send them running. You need them sweating, feeling trapped, worried, restricted. You need them unable to sleep or eat because of what got tried against you. And that's completely okay. That's not cruel. That's consequences. That's justice. I remember the people-pleasing season, caring so much about everyone's feelings, not wanting anyone to feel bad, not wanting to cause discomfort. But when someone comes to ruin the empire God gave you, when someone comes to disrupt your divine mission, when someone comes with ill intent toward what God is building, you need them to go home and think about what got tried. You need them thinking about it day and night for extended periods. You need them regretting decisions. You need them learning lessons. That's the season we're in. That's the energy you need to carry. You're solid this season. Your foundation is unshakable. It's time to stand up, time to be bold, time to walk in your full authority. Whether God sends another person to balance things out, or that fierce power comes out of you directly, you have the protection you need. You have what's necessary standing next to you, or dwelling inside you. You're in solidarity with divine protection. You're in union with heavenly forces. You're connected to supernatural defense. When you disrupted this agenda, you didn't just stop one scheme, you broke an entire chain of events that got planned out. See, this wasn't just about getting something from you once. This was about establishing a pattern. This was about getting you comfortable with being drained. Coming back again and again was the plan. Each time taking more. Each time pushing boundaries further. Each time testing how much you'd tolerate. You stopping this now didn't just save you from one loss. You saved yourself from a slow bleed that would have continued until there was nothing left. Think about how calculated this was. Your patterns got studied. Your schedule got learned. When you're most vulnerable got figured out. Who you trust got identified. What words make you feel guilty got discovered. Your soft spots got found, and exploiting every single one of them was planned. But here's what didn't get accounted for. Here's what shattered the entire strategy. You have something operating in you that can't be studied or predicted. You have divine guidance that shifts when it needs to shift. You have instincts that activate at the exact right moment. You have protection that moves before the threat even fully forms. You disrupted the agenda right when everything seemed locked in, right when people got told it was done, right when promises got made based on what was thought would be gotten from you. Can you imagine the chaos happening now? Explaining to people why it didn't work becomes necessary. Facing the consequences of counting chickens before hatching is required. Dealing with the shame of being wrong about you is unavoidable. And that shame is consuming because everyone got told you were easy. Everyone got told you were a sure thing. Everyone got told you were figured out. But you know what's really happening behind the shock and embarrassment? Realization is occurring. Understanding is dawning. That if you caught this, you might catch other things too. If you saw through this setup, you might see through other moves. If you woke up to this agenda, you might wake up to everything else being hidden. You just became a threat to entire operations. Not just this one scheme, but everything being done. Because now knowing happens that you're not who got thought. Now knowing happens that you have sight. Now knowing happens that you have discernment. Now knowing happens that you're dangerous. Now let me put you onto something real. Destiny Engine. I built this because I was done watching chosen ones get dragged through betrayal, isolation, and attacks while their enemies strutted around unchecked. I want to help you accelerate the speed of your divine justice and step fully into your purpose. And the beauty of it, you don't even have to lift a finger. Destiny Engine takes their downfall and flips it into your rise. This isn't another meditation app. It's declassified consciousness technology, the same mind programming tools your enemies once used to install fear, competition and scarcity, re-engineered to restore your sovereignty and align you with the cooperative upgraded operating framework. It generates personalized sequences mapped to your divine purpose. The hardest thing you'll do is put on headphones, press play, and watch your enemies keep digging their own grave. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and turn everything they did to break you into fuel for your rise. Link in the description. When you disrupted this agenda, you didn't just defend yourself. You sent a message to the spiritual realm. You declared that you're not available for manipulation. You announced that you're protected. You demonstrated that schemes against you will fail, and that declaration creates a barrier around you that other predators can sense. It's like marking your territory. It's like putting up a sign that says trying to play games with this one will backfire. You just saved yourself from future attacks because word spreads in the unseen realm about who can be touched and who can't. When building this scheme happened, operating from a place of confidence was occurring. Power was felt, intelligence was felt, having the upper hand was felt. That confidence is what made moving forward happen. That confidence is what made investing time and money and energy into this plan happen. But the moment you caught on, that confidence shattered. And when confidence shatters, everything else crumbles. Straight thinking can't happen. Mistakes start getting made. Panicking starts occurring. Turning on each other begins. You didn't just stop the plan. You destabilized entire mindsets. And here's something crucial about what you're walking into now. Because you disrupted this agenda, because you proved you can't be manipulated, you're about to see opportunities open up that were blocked before. See, sometimes God allows us to face these tests, because passing them qualifies us for the next level. You just passed a major test. You just proved you have the discernment needed for where you're going. You just demonstrated you can handle the increased visibility and influence that's coming. Because let me tell you something real. The bigger you get, the more sophisticated the attacks become. The more you rise, the more calculated the schemes get. And you just proved you can handle it. Think about what you did that most people don't do. You trusted your gut even when you couldn't fully explain it. You said no even when it seemed like you were missing out. You walked away even when it looked good on the surface. You prioritized your peace over people-pleasing. You chose protection over profit. You valued your discernment over persuasion. That's not common. Most people ignore the red flags. Most people talk themselves into things that feel wrong. Most people convince themselves about being paranoid. But not you. You honored what your spirit was telling you. And that obedience to your inner knowing just saved your entire future. The one who thought being so clever was happening. Something is being gone through right now that you need to understand because it reveals your true power. Experiencing what happens when you come against someone covered by divine protection is occurring. Learning what it costs to scheme against someone who belongs to God is happening. And that lesson is harsh. That lesson is expensive. That lesson is public. Because when you try to trap someone anointed, the trap springs back on you with double the force. Sleep is being lost right now. Scenarios are being run in the mind trying to figure out where it went wrong. Second guessing is happening about everything thought to be known. Abilities are being questioned. Judgment is being doubted. And that mental torture is part of the consequence. See, when you come against God's chosen, you don't just lose the battle. You lose your peace. You lose your confidence. You lose your clarity. You enter a state of confusion that becomes its own punishment. And that state is being occupied right now because of you. You're not just someone who escaped. You're not just someone who got lucky. You're an active agent of disruption to evil agendas. You're a weapon in the hands of the divine. You're a force that exposes darkness. Your very presence makes schemes fall apart. Your discernment makes lies visible. Your refusal to participate makes games impossible to play. You didn't just protect yourself, You became a problem for everyone operating in deception around you. And this is why being so shaken is happening right now, because realization is occurring that you're not an easy target. You're a landmine. You're someone who looks gentle, but has the capacity to explode entire operations. You're someone who appears kind, but has the wisdom to see through manipulation. You're someone who seems generous, but has the boundaries to say no. That combination is lethal to predators. That mixture is dangerous to scheming people. And finding out the hard way just happened. You disrupted self-image. An identity got built around being smart enough to manipulate people. A reputation got built on being able to scheme successfully. Confidence got built on a track record of getting away with things. And you just damaged all of that. You just proved being not as smart as thought. You just showed being not as slick as believed. You just demonstrated tactics don't work on everyone. And that identity crisis being experienced right now is going to follow for a long time. Other people who are watching this situation are taking notes. Other people who saw you get targeted are seeing what happened. Other people who might have been next on the list are being warned. You didn't just save yourself. You potentially saved others by being an example of someone who can't be played. Your resistance becomes a roadmap for other people. Your discernment becomes a testimony. Your refusal becomes inspiration. You didn't have to fight loudly. You didn't have to expose publicly. You didn't have to create drama. You simply didn't participate. You simply said no. You simply walked away. And that quiet power is more terrifying to predators than any loud confrontation, because fighting against someone who simply refuses to engage becomes impossible. Manipulating someone who won't play the game can't happen. Trapping someone who won't step into the trap doesn't work. Your calm refusal was more devastating than any attack you could have launched. Think about the sophistication of what got attempted. This wasn't some amateur move. This was planned. This was coordinated. This involved multiple people probably. This required investment. This took time to set up. And you dismantled all of it with discernment. You didn't need weapons. You didn't need a strategy. You didn't need help. You just needed to trust what you were sensing. And that trust brought down the entire house of cards. When someone sets up a scheme against you, working alone spiritually isn't happening. Dark forces back schemes against chosen ones. Entities that feed off the destruction of people on divine assignments exist. Spiritual powers that celebrate when light bearers are taken down are real. But when you disrupt the scheme, you're not just defeating a person. You're defeating principalities. You're demolishing strongholds. You're crushing the head of serpents. Your victory in the natural realm has implications in the spiritual realm that are bigger than you can see. And those dark forces that were backing the scheme against you, being in disarray, is happening right now. Energy got invested into this. A win was thought to be coming. Your downfall was already being celebrated, but you disrupted it. And now scrambling is occurring. Retreating is happening. Looking for easier targets is the current activity. Because you just proved you're not the one. You just demonstrated you're covered. You just showed you're untouchable by schemes. Coming back with a different approach might be tried. Making you doubt what you sensed might be attempted. Convincing you that you were wrong might be the next move. Guilting you for not trusting might happen. Painting you as paranoid or suspicious could be the strategy. Don't fall for it. Don't second-guess yourself. Don't let narrative rewriting happen. What you sensed was real. What you saw was accurate. What you felt was valid. Stand firm in your discernment even if gaslighting gets attempted. And here's something about the money already spent that's consuming right now. More than money gets lost. Face gets lost. Because explaining to people why that money was needed had to happen. Telling people what it was for occurred. And now either lying about why it's there or admitting failure becomes necessary. Either way, credibility is damaged. Either way, reputation takes a hit, and that social cost is sometimes more painful than the financial cost. The plans that got made to take over your space, the timeline that got created for draining you, it all got mapped out. Exactly how long the stay would be got known. Exactly what would be taken got determined. Exactly when leaving would happen got scheduled. And now all those plans are worthless. All that mental energy wasted. All that scheming for nothing. Can you imagine the frustration? Can you feel the anger being sat in? So much got invested into planning your downfall, and nothing came from it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to expose. You don't have to warn others. You don't have to get revenge. You simply move forward into what God has for you. You simply step into your next level. You simply walk into your blessings, and your success becomes the ultimate statement. Your elevation becomes the final word. Your joy becomes the last laugh. Because while sitting in the mess of failed schemes is happening elsewhere, you're rising into your purpose. Think about the divine comedy of this whole situation. Studying you to find weaknesses happened, but in studying you, revealing personal weaknesses occurred. Watching you to find the perfect time to strike was done, but in watching you, intentions got exposed. Planning carefully to ensure success took place, but in planning, evidence of scheming got created. Everything done to trap you became the very thing that warned you. Preparation became exposure. And here's something about the type of person you are that made this possible. You're someone who pays attention to energy. You're someone who notices when things feel off. You're someone who honors intuition over logic sometimes. You're someone who values peace over profit. Those qualities are exactly what saved you. Those traits are precisely what made you untouchable. And those characteristics are what will continue to protect you as you go forward. Let me tell you what you need to do with this victory. Don't minimize it. Don't brush it off as luck. Don't downplay the significance of what just happened. You need to mark this moment. You need to remember this victory. You need to recall this testimony, because other times will come when remembering that your discernment works will be needed. Other moments will arrive when trusting your gut will be necessary. Other situations will emerge where believing you can see through deception will be required. And this victory is your proof that you can. Keep your eyes open. Keep your spirit sharp. Keep your guard up. And watch God continue to protect, provide, and position you exactly where you belong. The person who thought trap setting for you was happening. Being the one trapped is now the reality. The money that got spent before you gave it. Being the ones in debt is now the situation. The plan that got spoken about too soon, being the ones embarrassed is now the outcome. And you're free, you're protected, you're elevated, you're victorious. That's not a hope, that's not a wish, that's your reality. Right now, and nothing done can change it. Nothing said can reverse it. Nothing schemed can stop it. You just rocked somebody's whole world and totally disrupted evil agenda. And you did it by simply being who you are. Someone who can't be played, someone who won't be fooled, someone who sees in the dark. That's your power, that's your gift, that's your victory.